Okay, so I'm really excited to have you on our show Beyond the Binary. I wanted to do this interview with you because I think your art has this really unusual beauty to it. Like I stare at it endlessly. You have a really large gallery on your Facebook, but do you happen to have a website you'd like to mention?
Yes, I do. Hello, Illinois. Aria, it's great to be on the radio with you. It's great for your voice and mine to be mingling. I am Lily Butterland.
Okay.
LILYBUTTERLAND, like the land of Lily's butter. Makes little sense. Thank you. This is awesome.
I just feel like I'm looking into some crazed, self-created universe of yours when I'm looking at your art. I really love it. When did you start creating art, or how long have you been doing it?
I love the idea of the self-creating universes. I've been creating art always and forever. Although, admittedly, when I was 10 years old, my drawings were really sucked and uninformed.
When did you start developing your style?
My style? I guess always. My style is, deathly simple. It's a mix of very uncultured appreciation of comics. It's a mix of, appreciating, the Sunday funnies in your local Saturday paper. Saturday paper, mixed with just sort of a fascination for, I grew up on the popular mechanics and the popular science and the Scientific Americans and all those. I became skilled at copying rogue technical drafters, dropped out of engineering school to make their own, backyard rockets out of juice cans and stuff like that. I just studied the way they drew. Like Leonardo da Vinci's work with both anatomical drawing and mechanical drawing, and I found that the most contemporary version of that was Popular Science magazine.
Oh, nice. I can definitely see that. So your art seems to, if I may, possess a lot of nudity, and there's a lot of sexuality going on in your pieces. Why is this? Did you have any, significant reasons for it?
I did not realize how I was basically making an excess of cartoon porn. I do realize I draw porn cartoons. I draw female porn cartoons like that famous guy from France, except mine are way more realistic than his. I didn't mean to be a pornographer. I draw very autobiographical. Everything I draw is my own friends and our own experiences, and a lot of our own experiences, if they're not leading to nakedness, then we were all goofy on eating too much sugar together. We just overdosed on all this candy, me and my friends, and we got so sugar high that I remember us all being naked and having forearms.
I love that. So I see a consistent character in your art that appears to resemble you. Is it a self-portrait? Is that an accurate way of describing your art? What has really inspired you?
There's a half a dozen memes who pop up that way. It's just that I'm a very prolific artist. I'm not attempting to do hundreds and hundreds of portraits of myself. Any artist is their own best model, their most available model.
Definitely.
And I love working with live drawing. I'm trying to do more live drawing with my friends in the near future. I'm supposed to be going out to a friend of mine's dungeon and drawing all the dominatrixes who work there.
So I was going to ask, are you in a lot of queer art spaces in your community? Do you make yourself active in it?
The queer art scene?
Yeah, is there any queer art spaces in your community that you make yourself active in?
Yes, I'm very active in the queer art spaces around my community. I live in downtown Toronto. We have a very, very, very queer art scene. Most notably, I've done work with Morgan Page, the trans performance artist series girl who was programmed she's done 2 Twat Fests now. Originally it was Trans Women's Art Toronto, but Twat Fest 2 is a video project in Philadelphia, I think. So it was just Trans Women's Art from Toronto with Philadelphia's. Not just them though, but I've done shows at Video Fag, a really awesome, mostly video and dance space. The guys who run Video Fag are just amazing, and they do visual art pop-up all the time, where we have pop-up visual art gallery. And they're called video fags, so you get to walk up to people around Kensington Market and be like, "Excuse me, do you know where I can find video fag?" In addition to that, I've done I've shown art about a dozen times now. Buddies in Bad Time, queer performance art theater right around the corner. They're on Wood Street, named after Mr. Alexander Wood, the famous late 19th century penis inspector of York, who sort of accidentally founded the Toronto Gay Village.
Where have you exhibited your art? So you've mentioned a few of those spaces.
I'll mention even more. The Gladstone Hotel, Toronto's oldest continually operating Toronto art hotel. Every room in the hotel is specially designed by a different artist, and then they like change out and do new things every year or two. And the entire second floor of the hotel is a gallery with any little hotel room still attached to that, or like turned into artist space. And the third and fourth floor, I was just showing on there. I still have pieces hanging up on the third floor of the Gladstone Hotel Art Gallery.
Nice.
And we had a huge raucous pride party on the 28th there. Our part, but like the third floor and fourth floor were the "That's So Gay, Say It to My Face" area, and we were on top of the 10 by 10 festival, which was actually the 10th anniversary of the festival of 10 local queer artists getting picked to photograph 10 important local queers in the 10 by 10 inch photograph format. And since it was 10th anniversary, there was like 1,000 different portraits hanging up on the second floor.
Has being transgender affected your ability to gain recognition for your work? What obstacles have you faced?
I'm pretty sure it has. I'm pretty sure that, people love me, and I'm really damn talented.
Yes.
I've schooled myself, and I've been drawing for about 20 years now, I guess, seriously knowing what I'm doing. Been in and out of a bunch of different schools. Also, I think the trans affected my going to school in this way more. The main way that being trans affects me in art, I do gallery shows, and I also do art vendor in the park shows. And I sell art at both of those, but I think I lose a lot of sales and don't make a lot of sales because, I'm interacting in sales with the public, selling my own personal work. I pass good enough that I get to use the women's washroom at the great big shopping mall and lots of smaller gas stations in the suburbs just fine and not get in too much trouble anytime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly accepted as a woman for all intents and purposes. But if you have to talk to me and have me sell you art, then I'm kind of strange looking and stuff, and you start to notice. The trans probably contribute a lot to interrupting my school career and sort of steering me into some very at-risk behavior, which I will just say include substance issues and survival sex work issues.
Definitely.
Saying all of that, being trans has also got me a ton of excellent opportunities. I'm getting paid by the city thousands of dollars. It's a thing we're putting together for World Pride. I'm one of 13 artists on that project. It's gotten me lots of other attention for stuff like that.
So congratulations.
At one point, and on one hand, I think being trans loses me a lot of work and makes my life more difficult to get all this together. But on the other hand, it rewards me with crazy rewards of opportunities and special opportunities and chances that no one else would get, and I get because I am magic and special in a community of magic and special people.
Right. Well, thank you for sharing that. I have to admit, I Googled you, so I have to ask, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but I wanted to ask you about your part in a zine where you had a piece called How to Kill Queer Scum. If I'm wrong, let me know. Did you want to talk about that for a bit?
Sure. How to Kill Queer Scum was a big hit. How to Kill Queer Scum is, the queer scum in it is me. Is part of the surprise that gets revealed early on and how I get away with writing a zine with a title like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was over 1,000 words long. I think it might be 2,000 words long. And it's the fun, crazy story that I wrote 6 months into my adventure of getting beaten up so badly by partially for being a tranny faggot and just recovery, which was brutal. I had half my head crushed by an iron pipe that kept swinging at my head.
Oh, my gosh.
It took me about 2 years to totally, completely recover from that. And at the 6-month mark, I was kind of in recovery, but also, I'm in recovery from brain damage and having my head half destroyed and then rebuilt. So I was homeless in San Francisco, living in abandoned factories. Yet when I say homeless, I also had a bunch of money wadded up in my shoe, and I owned a $200 laptop. And How to Kill Queer Scum was written on a $200 laptop. Night diners, trying to see how many hours I could drink coffee for. I gave away 500 copies of that right after making it, while I was going from California to New Orleans up to Canada, living in this crazy ice cream van bus.
Oh, definitely.
So I gave away hundreds of copies of it that way, and a lot of people knew me from that.
All right. Well, I'm soon going to be wrapping this interview up, but I just wanted to ask where are you headed with your art now? Is there anything else you wanted to mention? I know you talked about a mural that you're going to be doing, which that's awesome. But
I have so much on the go.
Definitely. Is there anything else you wanted to really talk about?
The main thing I want to do right now is just kind of keep it going. I've had a lot of lucky breaks recently. People just keep giving me more and more opportunities more than anything. People want to show me and people want to have me around. The next thing I'm doing, I'm working on the Church Mural Project, which is the Church Street or the Gay Village Business Association of Toronto, gearing up for World Pride 2014 with Toronto Outdoor Art and curatorship from the Art Gallery of Ontario. Other private donations have hired me and 13 other artists to do mural projects all over the Toronto Gay Village. Mine's going to be 91 feet long and actually down an alley that you can only access by going from the beer store to the medical marijuana building.
That is
my mural,
cool.
My mural's going to be like 90 feet long. It's a mix of the interiors of bars from the past 60 years of Toronto Gay Village nightlife with a VIP list of 50 guests, also chosen the same way. It's been a fun project to work on. I get to hang out with all these drag queens from the 60s. I'm an honorary 60s queen now. The notoriously notorious, like Nina Arsenault and Lexi Tronic.
Definitely. We actually, right, we talked about them last week. You're going to be working with them?
Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, you were talking about Nina and Lexi's awesome abilities at navigating the air. How good they are at flying. Lexi and Nina are both, like, very old friends of mine. We've come up together over the past 10 years. And I've worked with Lexi as a model a bunch of times for portraiture. And I love working with Nina, too. And they have teamed up together to run House of Babylon right now, which you might have talked about last week. And then putting out a bunch of, it's a further of, like, Nina's body and identity exploration and Lexi's just general sexual terrorism. And they're a House of Domination, and I'm doing a whole bunch of commissioned portraits for their project. More about that will be like slightly revealed at my next show, the Super Naughty Show at Super Wonder Gallery, my friend's awesome gallery project in the Queer West neighborhood of Toronto. That will be coming up in late August. Other than that, I'm also selling art to yuppies uptown out of a tent with 200 other artists in tents. Riverdale Fest, also in late August. I'll be like selling art of a tent more often.
Not too much pressure, but I was definitely curious.
Specific advice for trans artists who are trying to make it?
Yeah, definitely.
I wish I'd prepared better for that.
Oh, I know. No pressure on that one, definitely.
The way to make it is you've just got to draw, and you've got to draw all the time. You've got to draw everything, and you have to draw everybody, and you have to just keep doing this forever and ever and ever.
I like that. Okay,
you never really make it. You're constantly reaffirming your drive to make it. The cool thing about trans artists is that, once again, I didn't talk about this enough, but I'm not a pornographer. I don't just draw porn.
Right.
A lot of my like naked, like boobs hanging out of their shirts, sitting in like a sexually suggestive manner people. We're just daydreaming about like cartoons and having some chicken French fries or a milkshake and going to your house and just like sneaking onto your house and being like, hi, I'm not here for any reason.
Very cool.
It's hard to put that, and it's hard to phrase that as like prudent advice, but it is. The other important thing is, you know what, as trans people, you have, as trans people and trans artists, so much of transsexuality is about a creation and an identity hack. A lot of it is visual. And these are all, specially highly attuned skills for a visual artist. So we can recapitulate from that. Plus, our bodies have masculine and feminine traits, so there seem to be so many pictures of me. If anything, so often I imagine, all kinds of people, and I use my own body as a framework to build up their body and explain it and fill in the explanation for it.
Ooh, I like the way
also, don't forget to study your anatomy. The best way to study anatomy is to also get into either yoga or stretching or muscle working out or anything. It's great to combine, for a love of everybody's body and a love for, researching and exploring and just, tracing every line on a body.
Well, I think that's wonderful advice. Well, happy birthday. I know it's your birthday today.
Yeah, that's why I'm out eating, that's why I'm hanging out here with, a basket of chicken fries and a big pig milkshake.
Well, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for having this interview with me.
Aria, it was so lovely to talk with you. As I said, I love hearing both our voices overlapping each other like that.
Definitely. Okay,
and
well,
I'm stoked for your radio show.
yeah. Well, I'll let you get back to your milkshake, and I'll be in touch with you with some details about the show, so that you can hear the interview if you want to and stuff like that.
Yes, please. I want to listen. I want to hype your show.
Definitely. All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right. It's been lovely talking to you. I look forward to the next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.